Hello and welcome to another edition of The One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Kyle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Hey, the Phillies are going for a sweep at the moment. Hopefully they do. Hopefully this comment ages well.
Yeah, so on today's show, we got a couple things. It's been nice to have kind of a week off a little bit here. Coming up on today's show, we're going to discuss basically kind of a little bit of our stadium tour we were at for the season ticket members.
Yep.
And then we're going to look at kind of some of my birthday gifts that we had this past week.
Yes, Kyle just had his birthday a couple days ago.
And then we're going to kind of talk a little bit about a little rumor that was going around. Well, I wouldn't call it a rumor, tease. MLS was doing that we were talking about with the Marvel universe. And talk a little bit about some possible Union players on the move.
Mm-hmm.
And what to look forward to this coming week now. The Union are playing both the Florida teams. They got Orlando on Wednesday night and then Miami Saturday night back home at the Sub. So we got coming off a nice slow week and then got a action-packed week. So a lot to discuss. So before we get started, what are we wearing today?
Well, I am wearing the smoke kit from this year.
And I'm wearing the Come On You Boys in Blue Collars shirt. Again, one of my potentially favorite shirts out there. I don't know. Definitely one of my favorite shirts out there. So, but before we get started, one other shout out. I want to thank our good friend Todd Lewis for having us on the Free Kick.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Yeah, that was great. So if you haven't checked out that episode from last week, it's at the Free Kick Pod. You can definitely check that out on Apple, Spotify, and all major podcast platforms. Just a fun time just talking about some of the upcoming Leagues Cup, Wrexham. And shout out to Todd for those rapid fire questions there at the end. They were a lot of fun.
That was fun. And yeah.
Some surprises there, I think, for both of us. Anyway, but before we get started, make sure to check us out on Twitter at theoneteamweagreeon. You can check us out on Facebook and Instagram. And that's all one word, at the Free Kick We Agree On. And then we are on Apple, Spotify, and podcasts, and also on YouTube. And today, we are trying actually a brand new, I would say, podcast blog site.
We have a new platform for this.
Yeah, we're trying a trial of Riverside FM. We were on Zoom, but I'm not sure how much longer we're going to stay there, so we got a free trial. And so we're going to try it there today. So
hopefully it looks good on your end, and hopefully...
Yeah, so send us feedback if you like this, if the video quality is better, if the audio sounds better. We just want to know, before we move forward, what we should be, what you guys think. And also, just leave a comment. Let us know what you're most looking forward to coming up here with these next few Union games as well. So let's get into it. So yesterday, other than our swim meet, we went to the season ticket holder stadium tour.
Yeah, so we had the opportunity as season ticket members to go tour the stadium. And last year we had done the event where we did all the media stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We had pictures taken. We got to do like the hype video type things that they do. And we saw the locker room, the home team locker room anyway. So this tour was good because we got to see some different areas that we hadn't seen. Now, of course, Kyle, being in the media, he has seen a few of the things that I had not.
Mm-hmm.
But even he got to see some stuff he hadn't seen. So that was pretty cool. And so we took some videos and posted a lot of pictures actually as well. So you can check those out on social media from us. And we're going to share some videos of our walkthrough here.
Yeah, so basically we got there, got in line, and we actually had the person, I forget her name, but
Her name was Brittany.
Brittany, she's in charge of, I guess, all the season ticket reps.
Right. She was with fan services, right?
Yeah, I think she was like one of the heads of fan services.
Yeah, she said she'd been there for 9
years.
9 years. So she's been there pretty much the whole time. So, yeah, so she was very knowledgeable. And we, along with a group of other people, a small group, got to go around and see the different areas. So now if you're listening to this and not watching, I encourage you to check out the YouTube video so you can see the video.
And one of the things I'm going to try to do with this new site is actually maybe make a clip of just this part and then post it later this week.
Yeah.
It's like a short. All right, so if you're watching, you can follow along.
So the first area they showed us, which we've kind of seen, but we never really went in, was the eSports Hub.
I stuck my head in there once, usually when the kids are playing. And again, pardon the back and forth. I'm still getting used to taking video. I do that in Vegas a lot. So that was the eSports Hub. And now this part here, this is the clubs and suite area where you go to access there from inside the stadium. And so this is like the little corridors, a couple jerseys there, Union Crest.
Definitely an area as people who are in the river end, not an area we get to go to usually.
Yeah. And then when you kind of go to the elevator to go up to the stadium club, they take you right to where the makeshift supporter shield.
Yeah, the Captain America
supporter
shield.
And one of the things I thought was great, and again, Brittany, I doubt she's listening, but if she is, you did a good job explaining that to some people, because I could hear one guy go, "Oh, it doesn't stay with the club." No, for those of you who want to know, when any team wins the supporter shield, the shield stays with the supporter group. So for this one, the way she made it sound like it was with the Sons of Ben the whole time. Yep. So if I'm incorrect on that, then that's fan services getting their history correct, but that's what she told me. And I believe a couple people I talked to had told us that, and that makes sense because it was always at the tailgates and everything.
Well, and yeah, we got to hold the supporter shield during a rain delay the one time.
Yeah, it was always around. So that makes a lot of sense. And I was looking at some other stuff before we recorded, and it sounds like that's pretty much what all the sport groups have.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so that was that. And then we went up to the...
we were in the stadium club.
Yep. And just a couple pictures. Now, of course, this would be hustling, bustling during the day.
Right. And we haven't actually gone up to the stadium club during games. We haven't used our points really for anything at this point, have we?
No, we haven't. And maybe we should. And if anybody has gone up there for a game, please leave a comment. We'd love to know if it was kind of worth it for that point. And
there's all kinds of jerseys hanging up. Special
occasion jerseys. Here's the 2011 jerseys that they had. Kind of took a little extra video of that. Just a little bit more here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of went outside again to kind of just look at a few, to head over to where the media was and everything. And just took a video shot of like the area, the Union Yards.
All right, we were on the walkway out there.
Yep.
Which, they're going to be changing up quite a bit, as our tour guide said.
Yeah. Did you like her little comment she said?
Oh, somewhere up there.
Okay. Now, this is not a shot at anybody, because at first when I saw it, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Come on. Are you really going to do that? But then I get her point. Like, go ahead. Explain.
Okay, so we're up there on the walkway, and looking down, you can see Union Yards, and you can see the Sons of Ben tailgate lot. And she mentioned to the group about Union Yards and how it's family friendly and it's worth checking out, and she did say it's more family friendly than, for instance, the Sons of Ben lot are going to Larimer, which, okay, this is true.
This is true, but well, she kind of, the way I read it was, she was like, yeah, it's more family friendly than the Larimer, and then even like kind of at the end, even the Sons of Ben lot. And I'm like, okay, like I don't know, just the way it came off. Maybe I'm looking into much of it.
I kind of think you are a little bit,
But
but
anyway,
also when she said that, I could just feel your eyes rolling in your head.
yes, they did. Because honestly, personally, I would have been like, "Hey, you should check out both. Both are a great time." And if you're
Mm-hmm.
not family, check out both.
Well, to be fair, they really haven't marketed it very
that's
much.
and
They
that's a
really
weird.
should hype it up more.
They really should, and that was a weird thing. It's like, okay, this is all season ticket members. Why aren't you doing this to like
These aren't the
everybody?
casuals.
Like, yeah, these are the people that are like here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you need to be hyping this up more. And again, it sounds like they're going to build this whole area up. It's going to be really awesome, and I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that, and then this is kind of going into where like the media is.
Mm-hmm.
Just some more video.
Yep.
And now here we are in the media studios. This is a broadcasting studio.
Yep, where the TV and radio are.
All right, this is actually Kevin Casey's office.
Yep, and we got to see actually the controls too and the dupe button.
Yes, that'll be on our next presentation. So, and then this is actually right here where the dupe button is to the right. And then they took us into the owner's box where Sugarman and all those guys are. And that was a really short tour. And it was funny because they were like, somebody asked in our group, "Hey, did Jason Kelsey hang out here?" And she was like, "Oh, no, he was down with the Sons of Ben for most of the night." And I found that funny. I found the Hugh Jackman story funny.
Well, and for those who don't know, Jay Sugarman and Hugh Jackman are friends. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Hugh Jackman apparently has not really been at a game or anything, but he has a locker. They have lockers in that stadium club area in the one room, and there's one for Hugh Jackman. So, yeah, so that was interesting.
Yep, and then here's the press room. We took it in there. Just a little bit of video.
Yeah,
there.
So of course Kyle's been in the press room before. I had not been, but we got to take some pictures there. So.
All right, and then here is the visiting team locker room. They took us in here.
Yes.
And funny story about the visiting team's locker room.
It purposely sucks.
It purposely sucks.
It's meant to be really depressing and bland and basic because they don't want the visiting team to be comfortable. That is part of the plan.
Yep.
And I hadn't seen the visiting team locker room. We were there. We'd only seen ours.
So, yeah, and then that brought up the interesting thing with... and
apparently ours is one of the worst ones.
Yeah, and then Billy, our friend Billy, he brought up, like, maybe it was at one point painted vomit green even, so they upgraded it. And we were chatting about that, and he said Kevin Kincaid would know. We checked with Kevin. Kevin said he didn't remember, but that basically it was very basic like that, just chairs and tables. So whether or not, if anybody knows if it was painted vomit green or not, or if that's just a myth, let us know. We'd be interested. So then here's the Ultra.
We were in the Tunnel Club.
Yep. Where all the player VIP hang out, and then there's kind of
the players will come out.
And then here's the kind of the players warm-up area. And funny thing, they had some of their workouts there.
Oh, yes, Kyle was taking note of the workout there.
I was just
as a trainer. Yeah, it was interesting to see that.
It was interesting to see that.
So you didn't take any video of the home?
No, I didn't really.
We have pictures posted if you haven't seen it.
Well, we're going to review them next.
Yeah.
And then here's just kind of the end as you walk out. This is kind of right there. And then basically how it ended.
So it's if you're just listening, it's the field.
Yeah, they took us out to the field area where the players kind of come out and walk onto the field. Yep. And overall, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we've done that part before. In fact, last year they did professional video of you walking out like you're a player, which is pretty cool.
And then, so here's just a couple more pictures here. We're going to just take you through here. Hopefully the quality shows up a little bit more than what it does here. I'm hoping it does. But there's a Union tifo. Here's a couple pictures of the locker room. I've kind of put this together on a slideshow here with Riverside. Just kind of takes us through the players' benches.
And all the banners hanging up from the games.
This year. Yep. Some different ones.
Yeah,
and then
you have the players' lockers. They had all the chairs in there because I know it was arranged a little differently when we were in there last year.
Yeah, training area again. Really like those banners. Here's
the Tunnel Club again.
Tunnel Club again, a little different view. Kind of staff personnel only. Kind of just.
That's what leads into locker room.
Yep.
Okay, the visiting locker room.
So yeah, apparently like these walls were painted green. Apparently.
Yay.
Here's us at the podium.
Yep.
We saw Ricky taking pictures when he was at the podium too.
Yep.
Anjem was on the podium. There's again the Philadelphia 2010. Oh, and here is something interesting. This is kind of what the construction's looking like right now, outside there. And here you are.
Yeah, I'm sitting in the press box there.
Second row.
Yep, sitting basically in Kyle's seat. And there's the dupe button.
Well, not my seat, but where I sat one.
Yeah.
Day. And then here you are sitting up in front.
Yep.
Getting view there. And here's a view from the camera angle out at the media area. Here's kind of the specs from the stadium. More pictures again from the 2011 jersey.
Yep.
Some more video from there, looking out over the Stadium Club.
Yep. That's from the Tunnel Club again. Or not from the Tunnel Club, that's from the Stadium Club.
Yep.
Yeah, that's from the Stadium Club.
I wanted to take a picture of that. It was like the All-Star jersey from when they had it at Subaru Park. Yep. More pictures from media. So that was a little bit of our tour there, everybody. And so let's turn this down.
Yep. But it was, for me, having not been credentialed ever, and I joke with Kyle, I'm like, I don't know if that's something I would ever do necessarily. He's better at that than me, but it was cool to see that. And I was like, oh, here's the media dining room where you were hanging out while I was under the river and trying to stay dry during that rain delay when we were playing Sporting KC.
Yeah, no, overall I think if they do that again, I'd encourage you to do that, especially even if you know everything and like have been around the stadium since, when it came up and the team started and you know everything. It's kind of just fun because it's not crowded. You just get to walk around kind of.
Yeah, it was fun for us. And it was a really nice day.
That was the other thing. It was really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it was fun. I mean, we were already out that way, not too far anyway for our swim meet. So it made sense. And, being an off day, it was good.
What was your favorite part?
I think my favorite part was probably seeing the media area since I hadn't seen them yet.
Okay.
I mean, I've been in the locker room before. So, and I liked getting some good pictures of us in there as well. That was good. But for me, it was seeing all the media areas since I hadn't seen them yet. So that's probably my favorite.
I think for me, it was just seeing like the owner's box area.
Yeah,
I think nice. That was cool. I wish you would have taken us over some of the other suites and showed us maybe like a suite or something, just like one.
Yeah.
Like what a general suite looked like. But also the other thing I really liked was when we were in the Tunnel Club, how they moved the lockers, a lot of the lockers over there. And so you saw some of the people have their stuff in there, and the guys that always hold up the Oscars. Injured, like they had both their Oscars in their lockers. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. We were in the Union's locker room. Just saw some things in there I hadn't seen before too, and of course they had a pile of all their slides.
Yeah, with their names on it.
Yeah, their sandals, like they all have their names on them, which that was cool. But that was cool, and we did get to walk around, not on the field. In fact, they were pretty adamant, like, do not touch that grass because it had just been.
Which somebody may or may not have, but we will not discuss that.
Not us. I definitely didn't. But we did walk over to, the player, bench area. We sat in their seats. Those are comfy seats. They probably would rather not be on them. But so it was cool being down the field level and just experiencing all that.
Just seeing that view from what it looks like from a player's perspective. That was really cool. And just everything. So that was kind of our stadium tour, and that was kind of our day at Subaru Park. So moving on. So for my birthday, we have a couple of items to review.
Yeah. So Kyle's birthday was on Friday, and me being the awesome wife that I am, I got him some great gifts. So we'll share what those are. All right. You want to do the honors or me?
Yeah, I'll do the honors while you explain.
Okay. All right. So I got these from the team store online. Also my comment about the Phillies did age well. They just swept the A's. Right on. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so this is long sleeved. It has the the smoke kind of smoke slash camo, whatever you want to call it, design on the letters, and the back actually has the snake on it, which I thought was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice lightweight long sleeve, which I will probably steal at some point because I like shirts like that. So.
Mm-hmm.
So did I have ulterior motives getting it for you? Maybe, but I knew you'd like that because
Yeah,
you actually mentioned we were looking at some things online.
that was the one I really did like. I like
then,
the colors and the design.
And this one you didn't expect, and you really
got
excited about this one.
So this is the one I really am excited about because I can wear this around.
So for those just listening, it is the gray sleeveless training jersey.
Yes, and this is one that Choo Choo has famously worn occasionally in practice. A couple of the players have.
Oh, yeah, a bunch of them wear those.
But, yeah, Choo Choo with his guns showing up, wears that. And I just like it because I like sleeveless shirts like that are lighter weight.
I knew it'd look good on you.
So, no, I'm really excited to wear this one.
Kyle does have some pretty decent guns.
I won't go that far. But, anyway. But, yes, those are my birthday gifts. And our
anniversary is coming up on Tuesday, so I will be interested to see what you got me.
Yes, and we'll maybe have a fashion review there. So,
I mean, if it applies. So
right.
wait, does that mean I'm getting the T-shirt?
You're going to keep plugging that T-shirt until you get it. I know you are. You're going to keep plugging that T-shirt until you get it. But anyway, leave a comment. Should we ran a poll?
We did run the poll. I ran the poll. I didn't tell Kyle I was going to run that poll. That was all me.
Yeah.
Putting that there. So
anyway, so MLS. For those of you who don't know, this week they kind of did this cryptic tweet that's like coming soon. And
it alludes to the Avengers
and MLS, and it shows like this locker, and they have like
the Avengers kind of logo and
like Iron Man and
Captain America, I think,
something.
A couple things.
Anyway, they show all this, and it's like this. So then people start running with, is it going to be jerseys? Or are they going to do like a Marvel night kind of thing? And so I went and dug around online, and according to World Soccer Talk, now I don't know how. I've seen some things like they did last year with the stripe union shirt. They had like a leak on it. I mean, they can sometimes. What I'm seeing is it's a training ball for the MLS All-Star game. So,
well, I mean, think about it. They're doing this down in D.C. They're doing the All-Star game in D.C.
Okay.
It's our nation's capital.
So what it is like just a regular training soccer ball with like all the Avengers on it, and then it says Marvel MLS on it. So if you go on World Soccer Talk or just even Google MLS Marvel 2023 All-Star Game, you'll see like the training ball. Whether that is or what it is or if it's wrong, I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Well, for me, both of us, we like Marvel. Yeah. We always go see all the movies. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm not a total, nerd about it, but I really do like the movies. Like, you've actually read the comics, and I don't read comics, but yeah, you got me into it. So whatever it is, I'm like, okay, all right, this could be cool.
So I saw some people actually even claiming leaks of kits coming out. Like Atlantis had something with leaves like Groot. I don't know how true that is. I couldn't find anything on that. Would it shock me? No. If they're going to partner with Marvel on this, maybe they make a jersey. So if they were to make each MLS team's jersey, and I know Billy asked MLS Fashion this question to break it down, but what would you want the union? Who would be the union for you?
Well, I feel like something along the lines of with Captain America. I mean, with Philly, or where the Declaration of Independence was signed, Philly has a lot of history. Yeah. I could see something with Captain America.
You know who I was thinking?
What?
I was thinking Thor because of our lightning.
Ooh, I like what you're thinking.
But he's got red in his costume. Yeah, that's the only problem. He's got red in his costume, though, is because it's red, blue,
Thor's one of my favorite Avengers. Red, Thor and Captain Marvel. I like them.
I mean, you could do something pretty cool with, the God of Thunder and, with, the lightning bolt.
Thunder, lightning, yeah. This is true.
That's one I was thinking right off the bat.
Yeah, and it looks like they're doing the whole. They had Zeus in. They've drawn those into Marvel now too, and Zeus has lightning bolts. But you saw Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay, that yeah, isn't Thor like he takes the lightning bolts or whatever? So yeah, we could do something like that. I would like that. So
they did the God Killer wrong in that movie. They did Gore so wrong in that movie. Although
making him sympathetic?
Well, no, Christian Bale did a very good job.
He's phenomenal
playing him, but the storyline was not like. I love when I heard that I was like, oh my gosh, they're bringing out. I mean, not the God Killer, the God Butcher. Yeah.
Well, it made no difference to me because I had no idea about it.
I'm a big fan. He was like one of my like favorite like villains because he was like crazy good. But anyway. I digress. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, moving on. Let's talk about the article Tom Bogert dropped this week in The Athletic, where he was giving some scoops, like he always does, on some possible transfers. And in that article, he had a couple Union names.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm going to give Todd a shout out because this is one of the things on our episode we didn't get to because we were running a little long. But, you know, so definitely check out his episode this week. I'm sure he's going to really dive into it. But I wanted to kind of share some of the thoughts we were going to bring up as well.
Yep.
So first on the list is kind of the one Union fans have kind of come to terms, kind of also, and you kind of know either every transfer window you're like, okay, I'm prepared for this to happen, then it doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. And then he balls out, and then you're like, okay, I'm ready for this to happen again. Or maybe you're not ready for this to happen. But I've kind of come to the point that, you know, it's one of these times it's going to happen. And we're kind of getting close to the 12th hour.
Like, we all thought Kai was already going to be gone.
And so that's what we're talking about. You know, Tom brings up Kai Wagner, you know, about basically his interest. You know, he's out of contract after this year, so technically he could leave for free. Mm-hmm. You know, he could just say, you know, I want to go back to Germany or wherever he wants to go, and Union get nothing. So that's one of the things where, you know, you bring him in for pennies when we bought him originally, and now, you know, we saw something last year. Tom had reported that some team had offered or was discussing $10 million. It could have been Ernst saying wanted $10 million for Kai.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, now you're getting to a point a team could just sit on their hands and say, you know what? We're going to wait till the end of this year, and we're just going to roll the dice and go get him. So, which leads me to you either A, move him now, and maybe you don't get this big amount of money, but at least you get something.
Mm-hmm.
And then the article notes that the Union had several players at left back that they are looking at to maybe bring in should a move happen. Mm-hmm. So that's good to know. It's not like they're like, oh, we're going to try to keep on to them. I think they're prepared to. Something happens. And, you know, they could even sign to deal with the understanding that after this season, you know, we will move you. That, you know, but that's easy. He could say, no, I'm just going to go. So, I mean, it's definitely something to keep an eye on as we head in here to the, I believe it's July 5th is when the window opens, I believe. So,
selfishly, I don't want to lose Kai. There's a couple other
windows.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I don't think any of us want to lose Kai. I mean, he is a great left back, one of the best in MLS. Mm-hmm. But we also have to realize that there comes a time and a point that if his goal is to move up, and he would be good for a lower level Bundesliga team.
Or he could stay with the Union and play against Messi.
I mean, and that's another thought. Does Messi come into the league and now all of a sudden it's like, maybe I stick around and play for him. Maybe I have a game against him. Now all of a sudden my market even skyrockets. I can guarantee you there are players that are thinking that way.
I agree.
So I think it's something that you have to monitor, and you have to say, you know, okay, this is kind of now at the 11th hour where we need to either decide to if we are moving off of Kai, we need to get a left back in. Because, yes, I know Jim keeps saying Matt Real. Matt Real is good.
He's had some real good
moments,
yeah.
But he won't be Kai Wagner. And, maybe, we bring on somebody that, maybe needs a little, has the upside of Kai or even better, or maybe just a tick down or whatever, but needs maybe some, development. And maybe Real's a placeholder. And some people probably cringing at that thought, but that could be another situation. I don't know. But so the first they brought up Kai. Then the interesting one, which everybody was kind of like, okay, and that's Olivier Mbaizo.
Yeah. So, yeah, some interest for Mbaizo, possibly from France. We're not sure how serious these are, but...
Well, he said on Extra Time that, like, one person he talked to made it sound like, yes, he's definitely going to France, but then a couple other people are like, there's some smoke. I mean, so where do you stand with Mbaizo if he were to go to France?
Well, the thing is, if he were to go to France, we have Harriel.
Right, but he's a different skill set for 3 and
Right. So
I'm not saying he's bad, but he's more.
Well, as you know, when Mbaizo's good, he's really, really good.
Right.
And when he's not good, it can go very, very badly.
And that can change. He could be having an amazing game, and all of a sudden he just gets bad like that. So.
Yep.
It's not like a bad game. It's like second to second, minute to minute.
Like, we are never going to talk about that CCL game at LA again.
No. Anyway. I think for me, where that is there's some interest in him overseas, probably lower level in France, second for lower level, first division, lower second division. Yeah. I mean, there's a thing there again. He struggles to get starting time for the Cameroonian national team. Now, he did start and then he got injured. And they play, I gotta give Todd this, and I looked it up after he told me they play a guy that's not even a right back. So where does that tell you on the international side where Cameroon values him? I don't know. What I do know is when he's on, he's good enough to make a move and be able to do it. But there again, you have Harriel. You probably could get somebody, or I don't know what we have yet in U2, but that was one that kind of surprised me. And then of course we all know Jim alludes this, and that's Julian Kranz. I mean,
yes.
I mean, Julian with 9 goals this year in league play.
If you listen to the free kick, you heard me say Julian's my favorite current Union player. I mean, I would say he and Andre are tied for that. But yeah, Julian, of course, with him heating up and playing so well lately. Yeah, there's a lot of chatter about interest in him.
I mean, you definitely look at his Europa teams. Obviously, his goal is to get to the highest level.
I mean, you can't blame him, and he's 23.
Yeah, I believe so. 22 or 23. I think he's 23. But anyway, what I think is interesting there is, you got a couple possible options. Team could come in, say, Ernst, we want him. Here's our price. And Ernst says, well, we want to try to get through the season. And then they loan him back. And then kind of like what they did with Salonis in Chicago last year. He went, I believe he went overseas then, and with Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah, to me, a scenario where he gets loaned back to us and he gets to play the rest of the season with us, and we get some big amount for him.
Yeah, or we just wait for the winter window, and let's say he keeps going off and, gets up there not near 20 goals this year, which is very possible. Anything's possible, Then you can make a push for your Europa team and say, hey, let's go and see what happens there.
Do you think he could be our biggest one ever?
I don't know when it's all said and done, because remember, we still have a percentage to Miami for him. Because we got to sell. We gave him a selling clause. But I think in terms of pure fee, yes.
Yeah.
Although Brendan brought in a lot with that initial fee and then the sell on. So it'll be interesting. I forget what that sell-on clause was. If anybody knows out there, let us know.
Well, I do know one thing. If and when he goes, there's going to be a lot of sad people.
I think there's also going to be a lot of people that are going to be like wanting Ernst, depending on the fee to build statue of Ernst, because this could go down as one of the great.
It can be great and will also be sad. Okay.
Yes.
Call me if you're listening. You get me on this.
Two things can be true.
Yes. Be really happy, but be really sad.
Because this is going. Let's be honest. Here's the fact. This is going to go down probably in MLS history as one of the greatest trades of all time.
Like what a steal he was. First of all.
Yeah. Like for one team and one team only. Now I guarantee Miami fans. Well, we just got Messi. Okay, yay! Congratulations, you got Messi. Oh. Okay. Which brings me on to the thing that I saw Tansy's brought up today too. That I noticed last night when I was on my computer and I was looking up at some MLS stuff. You go to the front page. I thought it was just an ad for Messi. Like everything, like the front page. And
my goodness!
And then like articles, sub-articles. Like I'm like going down. Like, look, I'm just trying to find like the availability report and disciplinary actions. Like, and it's all these articles. And look, I get it. I get that he's bringing eyes to this league. That's cool. All right. But yeah, I thought it was an ad for Messi. Like this is a Messi league now. But anyway, so moving on, then we bring up another one that Jim has talked about, and that's Jack McGlynn. For me, I mean, this is another one of those homegrowns that it's a no-brainer. He's going to get sold. He had a great U20 tournament, World Cup tournament. He's been playing a lot more this year, been playing well.
Playing real well. I mean, what a passer. You know, he's had some.
He's just been doing it, and he's been getting better and better on that left side. So, again, there's another one, unless some team just really drops like big money. And that's the thing I think people need to realize is people, you know, you might say, well, we want to get him to the winter at the end of the season. Team comes in for $15 million on somebody.
If the price is right.
Yeah, everybody's got a price. So he's a move, and I think Tom mentioned this, that probably will get sold in the offseason. But you never know. So I found that one interesting. And another one that wasn't in the article, but I was listening to Extra Time, and he brought up was Jacob. Now, we know that there was interest last winter in Jacob. I believe it was from Turkey. Of bringing, of selling him. So, it sounds like there's still some interest out there in him. Now, what is that interest? You know, is it lowball? I mean, here's my thing with those two. I mean, do you want to again go this winter or go play Messi and maybe have a big play and like keep a clean sheet and have a great game against him, and then really get some interest in Europe, maybe more so, even at his age, and get sold over one of those teams? I mean, guys like him, Bizo, I mean, they're getting to the point, they could very well become just really amazing MLS lifers.
Yeah.
And have a career and then maybe go back to like one of their leagues in Europe later on in their career to retire. I don't know. But yeah, that's another interesting one. So what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much sense it makes for him to go at this point. But yeah, we haven't heard that much interest.
Not since that initial report.
So it'd have to be, I mean, he's our Iron Man there. It'd have to be the right price, I think.
And again, just because a player's getting interest doesn't mean they're getting sold. Nope. And that's something people need to realize. And that's how I kind of deal with this is you hear people all starting like react, and it's like, I get it. Like, but now with I saw an article, even the Premier League's kind of loosening their criteria, I believe, for like players to get called up, because remember the whole Andre Blake Crystal Palace thing was because the reason he didn't get moved, apparently, allegedly, was Jamaica wasn't high enough in the world rankings as a country in FIFA to basically he couldn't play because of Jamaica, and that's why never got sold. Well, now they're loosening that. So So from the report.
Well, thank God Andre didn't go.
And there again, I could see somebody go, "Oh my gosh, does that mean Andre's going to go?" No, I think Andre's staying in Philly.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much.
And really, what are you going to do now? You're on. I forget how old Andre is. Is he 30 yet?
He's like 31, I think.
I mean, at this point, what are you going to do? Going to go sit in like some Division I team in Europe and just sit on the bench? Maybe you like a low team that championship second league you can start.
I mean, he's the GOAT for us.
Or you're going to get consistent starts the whole season, play in an emerging league that continues to get better and better every year. I kind of would do that. You're playing and you're going to play till your career is over, and then it'll be historic. And so I'm really not worried about that.
No.
But it is interesting for some of these like younger guys that because MLS, we're seeing more and more. They're moving away from some of those Europeans and they're going to those South American countries. And,
I mean, look at some of the South.
And Central America, some of these hotbeds of talent, because a lot
of
a
guy like Jose Martinez.
Well, and that's just what we're talking. We were talking about that this morning.
We got Jose. We got Bueno. We've got Joaquin Torres.
There's so much talent.
Julian. Obviously.
There's so much talent there that unless you're like a Power 5 club, you're not gonna. None of the best of those probably under 21, under 22 kids are they're gonna go right over to the bigger leagues. But there's kids there that maybe need a little bit of time to develop. They're just as good and have just as good as a ceiling. Maybe they're not just, like, I hate to say it, but Dennis Bouanga. There's that kind of that example. Yes, you brought in Jose. Those kind of players. Heck, I mean, that's where you're starting to see, hey, you can start pulling from that, and then they go over to Europe.
Yeah.
It makes sense? So we'll see what happens. If nothing else, I hope the Union, we did see a rumor about that, I guess it was midfielder from Honduras, who it sounded like, it was just a report, there was interest, or he might start in like U2s, and then
the one with the tweet that I translated.
Yes.
Yeah, funny thing about that too was on Twitter, you can translate the tweet. It gave me the option to translate it.
Yeah.
And I translate and and the way it translated was really funny because it was not, I don't think, what it was supposed to be.
No, Billy clarified what it was.
I know, but it was funny because, okay, so it was about Isaac Castillo. And it says, Suerte Catracho. And I don't speak Spanish, but it translated on that as, good luck, bitch. And I about died when I saw that, but that's not correct.
No,
but that's how Google Translate on Twitter actually translated it, and I was like, "What?"
So yeah, we'll see if that comes to fruition. There's an interesting midfielder option if everything works out there, and then hopefully we get a forward. So last thing, Union are back in action this week.
Yeah, we just watched the few games that were on last night, and of course, those ones were, well, of course, Hani Mukhtar is being Hani.
Yeah.
And
but at the same time,
of course, LAFC came back.
It is what it is.
And there's some entertaining games, but it was kind of nice, as I've heard from several people. It was nice to just have a night to hate on other teams and not worry about how our team was doing.
Right. So.
But yep, we'll be back in action on Wednesday.
Yeah, so let's go here to our predictions board. Kind of where we're at with this. And looking here, and we got Orlando coming up, and if we can get points here, great. Orlando's kind of, they've been decent at home, but obviously it's the international break, so anything can happen.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about that on the show. I think for this week, the big one is if we can get a win at home.
Yes, and Kyle and I will be there in our lucky jerseys, unlike when we played at home against Orlando and did not win. We were not there in our lucky jerseys. We will be there this time.
I don't know if I'll be in my lucky jersey.
Oh, well, I think we've established that it's my jersey.
Anyway,
Yes.
But knowing me, I probably still will be. But then,
Let's not mess with it. Yeah, you should still probably wear it.
I don't know. And then, because if you ask Jeffrey Mitchell, it's the unlucky jersey. Oh. Shout out to you, Jeff. But anyway, so we go on from there, and then we have Atlanta, LA, Nashville. And honestly, if we even win one of those games, hey, right there we're ahead of where my prediction is, and then we just wrap that up. But with obviously the Gold Cup, so
we need points on the road.
We do. On the road. We can get if we can get like maybe 4 to 6 points in these next couple road matches. Cool. And then we'll see what happens. With Nashville, with Cincinnati, anything can happen. Teams can get injuries can come up. But I think for us, we know Jim and the players still want to win that shield, and they're going to chase that shield till they can't chase it no more, which is what you want. But at the same time. We could struggle here because we don't have Blake, and I'm still not going to be concerned because, again, and I've talked to a couple other people that feel the same way. As long as we're there within that 4 range, going in the League's Cup, top 4, 3 to 4 would be great. Even if we fall 5th, I'm not going to overly be concerned. If we can stay there, look good, I think the Union's set up for a great finish because we got a lot of home games, a lot of favorable matchups, and, then let the chips ride going into the playoffs. But, outside League's Cup, which, again, like I said, it's a money grab. I said that on Free Kick. But
we agree on that.
But I am interested to see some of these Liga MX teams. So, anyway, so hopefully the Union can get I'd love to see at least a point this weekend.
Yes.
I mean, this weekend. On Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday. And then we want to get 3 points next Saturday when we're at home. And by the way, as always, if you are going to that game against Miami at home, encourage you to stop by the Sons of Ben tailgate, as always. And they're doing a tie-dye party again.
I mentioned that.
So, if you want to do that, definitely pre-order the t-shirts if that's still an option. And, we did them the last time. It was great. So, but yeah, check it out. And, hopefully it'll be a good game.
And also go check out Union Yards.
Yeah.
No, we're not hating on you.
We're not Union. Yeah.
We want to see everybody have a good time. So yeah, definitely check it out. And we went over there a couple times. It seems like a cool little spot. I think as time progresses, it's going to become a really nice spot.
And it's nice to have that spot to go after the games too.
Oh yeah. I'm really excited about that. So anyway, we'll be there, and we will look forward to seeing you. And hopefully, hey, that'd be great. The Union had 6 points this week. We could really use that. That'd be huge. Right. But hey, at the end of the day, at the bare minimum, let's get 3 points, and then try to pick up some points coming up here. So,
yep. So it'll be good to be back home, and hey, we'll see who gets to be the next drum striker.
Yeah,
I think it should be. I think it should be like Joel Embiid, or Tyrese already did, or heck, get KD to do it. But did he even? We didn't have the drum yet. I don't think when he signed on. But one of these days, Bryce needs to do it. Hands down, Bryce needs to do it.
Well, let's get that started.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all for today's show. And until next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
And we'll see you at the game on Saturday.
Thanks for listening.